Welcome to the Chop Seat, where Braves country meets the big leagues. Your host Vic is here to break down everything from truest part to the top of the standings across the league. From walk-offs to wild trades, this is your seat for everything baseball, but a heavy dose of chop. So grab your glove and settle in, because the Chop Seat is open.
Welcome to the Chop Seat, your favorite place for Braves, baseball, and the rest of the league. I'm your host, Vic, and today is Friday, December 12th. I got the beanie on. I got the Braves 2021 World Series champions beanie on because it's cold up here in the Northeast as winter approaches. It's break up here, guys. It's break. We're going to talk some baseball. We had the winter meetings just went down. We're going to talk about that. Some big Braves moves were just made recently. A polar bear sighting in Baltimore. That was a surprise to me. Edwin Diaz, the Trumpets are going out to L.A. with the Dodgers. We got a lot of catching up to do, guys. It's been about 3 weeks since the last time I made an episode. So, again, we got some catching up to do. But we got some big Braves moves. That was exciting. And hopefully they can keep going. Hopefully Anthopoulos can continue to go and cook during this offseason as he is expected to do. He's expected to do because, again, I've said it plenty of times, pretty much since the genesis of this episode, we sucked this year. This was a really, really tough season. After being on top for a while, this season was tough. But again, if Anthopoulos cooks as he's supposed to, we should be in good shape because we still have good personnel in this Braves ball club. So if this is your first time listening to the Chop Seat, we have different segments. We have Tomahawk Takes. During the season, that's where we talk about the previous Braves, Atlanta Braves ball games. Obviously, there aren't any games being played right now. So Tomahawk Takes, we're using it to talk about any Braves related news. We also have the ML Beat, which is where we catch up with the action from around the league. And then we have the Braves forecast. That's when we preview upcoming Braves ball games. But we're not doing the Braves forecast during the off season. So without further ado, let's head into our very first segment.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes, where we catch up with the Braves news throughout this off season. And of course, just a reminder, Tomahawk Takes is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use code CHOPSEAT20 to get $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. It's not just for baseball, guys. The baseball season's over, but code CHOPSEAT20 continues. Use it for any football games, basketball, concerts, shows, anything you can grab a ticket from. Go to SeatGeek, check if they have it. And if they do, put in code CHOPSEAT20 to get $20 off your first purchase. So in the introduction of this episode, I just mentioned we had some big Braves moves. It was two big moves. The first one was Mike Yastrzemski, the outfielder. He and the Braves agreed to a 2-year, $23 million contract. He obviously is going to add some depth. We were talking about the Braves possibly getting a fourth outfielder to be able to alternate the guys out there in the outfield between playing the field and having a day off going into the DH role. So that is going to help to do just that with the signing of Mike Yastrzemski. Getting 2 years, $23 million, that's not for you to be on the bench. He's going to be in the lineup pretty much for the most of the season. Hopefully no injuries go down for his sake. But last year he had 17 homers with a 109 OPS plus. That went up to a 131 OPS plus down the stretch after being traded from the San Francisco Giants to the Kansas City Royals. This guy's solid outfielder, defensively solid, offensive guy as well. He's probably going to be in there playing left field to spell Jurickson Profar a day off, put Profar to DH. Pretty sure Mike Yastrzemski's defense is better than Profar's, but they're probably going to be alternating him around also. They're going to give Cunha a day out on DH. I can't even speak, at DH. Probably put Yastrzemski over there on right field. That's probably how they're gonna move these guys around. The only thing that gets a little complicated is you still have Drake Baldwin and Sean Murphy, and I'm pretty sure for the beginning of the season it's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be that big of a problem. I'm not sure if Sean Murphy is gonna be there ready to take the catcher spot during opening day, so you won't have to worry about having to give Baldwin some days or Sean Murphy some days at the DH spot. But once Murphy comes back, you're going to have to alternate those two guys in the mix as well when it comes to playing DH. So this is where it kind of seems like you should be able to trade Sean Murphy. I don't think they're going to trade Drake Baldwin. He just got Rookie of the Year, and he just showed that he's able to handle the catcher spot full time. So obviously Sean Murphy, he's going to be out, and it's going to make it hard to trade him. But I'm thinking once he gets back, is he going to be able to get moved and maybe bring in a nice, solid pitching arm to the mix? I mean, because I think you can get away with having Drake Baldwin and a cheaper veteran catcher that's able to, catch a day or two. Maybe a guy that's just good on the defensive side. You take the L with the offense. But I think you are able to get away with that if you're able to upgrade in other spots, especially the shortstop spot. We did pick up Mauricio Dubon. Remember that from the last episode. As of right now, he will be the starting shortstop, but ideally you would want him to be coming off the bench as well in late game situations to be able to, man any defensive position, to tighten down the defense towards the end of a ball game, come in to get a pinch hit appearance and then stay on the field after that, replacing someone else on the diamond. But ideally, you would want someone else to be at the shortstop position for the Braves, starting at shortstop. Bo Bichette is a long shot. We're probably not going to get Bo Bichette. I get it. I'm not even thinking about Bo Bichette. But Ha-Seong Kim will be nice. Ha-Seong Kim will be nice. He's a solid defender, solid offensive player. You saw what he could do, what he showed last year in that last month of baseball being played. He showed some good spots. He did show some good spots. If you're able to have him in the lineup, that would be awesome with these other guys that we're getting. So that would be nice. I mean, there's been talk about trading for Corey Seager out in Texas. I'm not sure that's going to happen. So I'm not really going to be relying on that one as well. I got a huge pimple right here on my nose. That's crazy, bro. Look at that. It's shiny too and everything. And this different setup. I came downstairs today for this episode, usually upstairs. I'm still trying to work on getting the man cave ready for next season so I can record down there. That's going to be fire if I'm able to do it. I have some ideas. I still got to put it together. Anyways, I got distracted with the nose pimple. But what was I saying? I was talking about upgrading at shortstop. Yes, shortstop. There's talk about Corey Seager being traded for. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. The talks about Byron Buxton being traded to the Braves, that should be deaded now. That should be deaded. And I'm being honest with you. I wasn't a big advocate for getting Byron Buxton. Great player, but he gets hurt a lot, man. He misses a lot of games. And yes, if you're able to alternate these guys out there in the outfield to the DH spot, maybe you can, help their durability when it comes to, that long baseball season. It's 162 games. It's a long season. Maybe that would have made a difference for him. But again, I had said I would have gone the Cody Bellinger route if we were going to get a fourth outfielder. But Mike Yastrzemski is not bad, bro. Mike Yastrzemski is not bad. It gives us some more depth when it comes to the outfield. You can plug him in the DH. You can plug him in to play the outfield. He's not a bad defender. You put him for, again, like I said, left field for profile. You can put him to play DH. You can put him to play right field. Put Acuna at the DH spot for that day. So I I do think it's a good move. I think it's a great move, actually. Not good. I think it's a great move for what we were looking for. You check a few boxes there. You wanted a fourth outfielder. You wanted somebody that's solid defensively, and you wanted somebody that, has some pop. He has some pop. It's hard to hit the ball out there in San Francisco. Not everyone's Barry Bonds. It's hard to hit it out there. Maybe this change of scenery now, being at the Chop House, where it favors those lefty hitters out there. Maybe he's gonna get into some. So, I'm excited to see what he can do out in Truist Park and see where that takes us. But then the other big move was the Braves signing Roberto Suarez, the former San Diego Padres closer. They picked him up on a 3-year, $45 million deal. He's going to be setting up now for Raisel Iglesias. He had 40 saves for the Padres last season, a little prone to the home run ball. But listen, this guy throws some heat. It doesn't matter. Not everyone's going to be hitting it out off of this guy. This guy has some heat. Exactly what we wanted when it comes to the bullpen. I said it. I wanted Robert Suarez. I wanted him to get on this ball club. But I was thinking, you know what? They're probably not going to pay that. I was thinking we might have gone probably with Pete Fairbanks. That's what I was thinking. And Doubtless, he surprises me. He goes all out. He pulls the trigger on Robert Suarez. That bolsters up this Braves bullpen, something that we've definitely needed, especially after we saw how the bullpen struggled this past season. Raisel Iglesias, he struggled, obviously, in the beginning of the season. He was able to settle down and lock in towards the end of the season. And again, that's what's been reported right now. Suarez is going to be the setup man for Raisel Iglesias. That's what they're saying. But I'm pretty sure if Iglesias goes ahead and struggles like he did last season, they're going to pull that trigger on Suarez and put him into that closer role. And remember, Iglesias is on a 1-year deal now. So after this year, we can probably say that Suarez is going to be the closer for the Atlanta Braves going forward for the following 2 years after that. And you can always get Iglesias back on a 1-year deal, but a little bit lower now, a little bit cheaper salary, putting him in as the setup man. So we'll see how that goes. But again, I think that's what they did when they got Iglesias. Remember, they traded for him from the Angels. Was it Will Smith being the closer at that time? I'm starting to forget a little bit, but it might have been Will Smith, and then they brought in Iglesias as the setup man. And then once that year was over, Iglesias went and took over the closer spot the following year, and he's been the closer since then. So correct me if I'm wrong. It might not have been Will Smith. Again, I got to look it up. My memory's not doing me any justice right now, but it might have been Will Smith. Iglesias took over, and now we got Suarez, and we could assume that he will be taking over Iglesias and the closer spot after this upcoming season in 2026. So that 2 exciting moves, man. You got an outfielder, check that box. We got a high leverage reliever, we can check that box. We need another lefty guy in the bullpen. We're gonna see if they're gonna bring up one of the guys from the farm system, or they're gonna go out and get maybe a solid veteran. Obviously, we have no Tyler Kinley right now. Pierce Johnson, remember the right-hander, he was let go. Or not let go, he was in turn of the contract. He's a free agent. They might be able to bring him back on another sort of deal, but we're going to have to stay posted on that. We're going to have to see what they end up doing. But again, I'm excited. They did this on back-to-back days, so it was very, very exciting. Though Robert Suarez, when I was knocked out. I got up, I looked at my phone, I saw the notification. I said, no way, bro. No way. Went to Instagram, I saw the first post, Braves, welcome to the A, Robert Suarez. I'm like, let's go. I was hyped, bro. I was hyped. So we'll see. We'll see how this offseason continues to go. And talking about how this offseason continues to go, it was popping when it comes to other teams as well. Other players were making some moves. Again, we have a lot of moves that we haven't discussed since our last episode. So I'm going to try and go in chronological order and then mix it up a little bit if those teams have made another move or two. So anyways, let's head into our next segment where we're going to get into all the action from around the league.
It's time for the MLB.
It's time for the MLB where we talk about the action from around the league. First, we had a trade. We didn't talk about this in our last episode. It was a trade between the New York Mets and the Texas Rangers. The Mets send Brandon Nimmo, outfielder Brandon Nimmo, the 10-year Met, out to Texas in exchange for Marcus Semien, second baseman. Marcus Semien is going to head over to Queens now. Nimmo, he's on an 8-year deal that ends after 2030. He had a 2.9 WAR in 2025, 25 homers, 92 RBIs. That was a personal best for Brandon Nimmo. The Mets are getting Marcus Semien, the Gold Glover, won the Gold Glove. He had 15 homers this season in 2025. His numbers went down a little bit. He still has 3 years left on his contract. His numbers offensively have gone down, but his defense is still very solid. So that is who the Mets are getting. Talking about who the Mets are getting, they got a player from their crosstown rivals, the New York Yankees. They picked up Devin Williams, a closer. Well, he wasn't a closer as much this season, but he's probably going to be the closer now because Edwin Diaz went somewhere else. He goes out to L.A. But again, the Mets pick up Devin Williams on a 3-year, $51 million contract. I think $15 million of those are going to be deferred. 2025, he had a 4.79 ERA with 18 saves, 4 blown leads, 6 losses at 15 holds also in the season. So he had a rough year. He had a rough year in the Bronx. Hopefully he's able to turn it around in Queens. We're going to see how that ends up going. I don't think he listen, it's funny too. It's funny because Mets fans, and you know what? I'm not even going to get into it. But anyways, those are the two moves for the Mets. They are able to get Marcus Semien, and then they're able to get Devin Williams, but they lose Pete Alonso, and they lose Edwin Diaz. So right now that ball club, we got to be honest, it's not looking very, very good. Mets fans, let me know what you think right now of your New York Mets 2026 ball club. It's still early in the offseason, but I want to know what you guys are thinking. And I can't comprehend what's going on in Queens, but this is not going to be it. I'm pretty sure Steve Cohen is cooking up something crazy. He got the bread. He got the money. The GM, his name is escaping me now. I don't understand how the GM's name is escaping me at this very moment. I'm going to have to look it up. Talk about this guy all the time. And David Stearns. I'm pretty sure Steve Cohen and David Stearns are cooking up something crazy. Is it going to be Terry Scubo getting him from the Detroit Tigers? I mean, y'all got the money, and y'all say y'all got the farm system. So come on, guys. You got to pull the trigger. If you're going to do it, you got to pull the trigger. I don't know what's holding you guys back. I don't know. Look, you've been raving about you got the bread, you got the prospects. Do something about it. Let me see what you guys are going to do. Everyone's waiting to see what you guys are going to do. Is it going to be Terry Scuba? Is it going to be Cody Bellinger? Is it going to be Kyle Tucker? Kyle Tucker's been linked to the Blue Jays a lot, so I'm not sure if it's going to be Kyle Tucker. You let Brandon Nimmo go, traded him. So you got an opening there in the outfield. So is it going to be Cody Bellinger? Is it going to be Kyle Tucker? Is it going to be someone else? Let me know. Mets fans, let me know what you guys are thinking. Curious to see what is going on in your heads with the Mets front office. Next, we're going out to Boston, baby. Shipped out to Boston was Sonny Gray. He was traded from the St. Louis Cardinals. He was 14-8 this season with a 4.28 ERA. He was traded for number 5 prospect Brandon Clark. Guy throws some heat, 100-mile-per-hour fastball. He has a very, very good wipeout slider in the low 90s. And he was also traded along with Richard Fitz, who was 3.97 and 14 starts in the last 2 seasons. They're heading to St. Louis with the Cardinals. And also the Boston Red Sox, they also traded Vaughn Grissom, Braves legend, to the Angels for outfielder Isaiah Jackson. So that's what's going down between the Boston Red Sox and the St. Louis Cardinals. Toronto Blue Jays, the AL champs, 1 win away from winning the World Series. They said we were close. We want to get even closer next season. They get Dylan Cease. Very good pickup for them. Dylan Cease signs a 7-year, $210 million contract. Biggest free agent signing in franchise history. It wasn't Vladdy. Remember, Vladdy was given an extension. So this is the biggest free agent signing in Toronto Blue Jays history. They get the 2-time Cy Young finalist. He was second place 1 year, fourth place another year. So they pick him up. They bolstered their starting rotation. They also got Cody Ponce, 3-year, $30 million deal. He just won the KBO equivalent of the Cy Young Award. He's coming back. He was playing overseas, I believe, 3 years in Japan. Then he went to the KBO for this season that just passed. So listen, they're starting to bolster that pitching rotation. They already got a good offense, and we saw that. So they're bolstering that pitching staff. Very good to see from them. The Baltimore Orioles, they get Ryan Helsley. He's going to be their closer now while Felix Bautista comes back from injury. They signed him on a 2-year, $28 million contract. Helsley, he was 2.04 ERA, 49 saves in 2/24. He struggled last season, especially after being traded to the New York Mets. New York Mets fans do not want to hear the name Ryan Helsley. He had a 7.20 ERA in 22 games with the Mets. Very rough outings from Ryan Helsley with the Mets. And I was actually there for one of them. If you want to go back and listen to that episode, it was in the summertime when we went out to Citi Field. Braves won. They came back. They rocked Ryan Helsley. It was great. It was a great time. Anyways, that's who the Orioles picked up. They also made a trade with the LA Angels. They sent Grayson Rodriguez out to LA to the Angels. In return, they got Taylor Ward. Very, very good, solid outfield. I think I mentioned that in the last episode. So make sure you listen to that episode to catch up with that. But the big move that they just made, might have been a day or two ago, Pete Alonso, the polar bear, he's heading to Baltimore. He is signed on a 5-year, $155 million contract. The Mets, they let go of their all-time home run king. He is now heading to Baltimore in the AL East. Thank you, Baltimore, for snagging him out of the NL East. One less bopper to worry about. So thank you again. Very, very happy to see him go to the AL East. That's going to be exciting, though. You got some boppers in the AL East now. You got Vladdy Jr. You got Aaron Judge. You got Pete Alonso now. Who else? Let me get some more names. I'm probably forgetting some names, but it's going to be very exciting there to see what goes down with the AL East the rest of the offseason and the beginning of the season next year. Cincinnati Reds, they retained their reliever, their closer, Emilio Pagan, on a 2-year, $20 million contract. The LA Dodgers, they get Miggy Rojas back on a 1-year, $5.5 million contract. He's going to be calling it quits after this season. The Tampa Bay Rays, and actually going back to the Dodgers, of course, the big move that they just made. Edwin Diaz, they got Edwin Diaz on a 3-year, $69 million contract. The Mets' final offer apparently was a 3-year, $66 million offer, so it wasn't that far off. It looks like Edwin wanted to be out. I don't blame you, brother. I don't blame you, bro. Play the trumpets out in LA. Play the trumpets out in LA. You're going to be way more relaxed out there. That New York media is different, man. New York media is different. Sure, we get it when you choking last minute like that. And listen, I get it. You made the right move, bro. But we're going to spank you. We're going to spank you when it comes to the playoffs. Matt Olson taking you deep to the chop house. You heard it here first. Anyways, what else we got? Tampa Bay Rays and outfielder Cedric Mullins, they agreed on a 1-year, $7 million contract. They have a mutual option for 2027. It's going to be a $10 million option for that year. Or he's going to have a $500,000 buyout. They're probably going to take the buyout, I'm assuming. Steven Matz, he agreed to a 2-year deal with the Tampa Bay Rays as well. A big move, of course. Big DH, Kyle Schwarber, he's going to be staying in Philly. He got a 5-year, $150 million contract, 56 homers hit last season. This guy, he's probably going to hit 50 again for at least the next 2 years, more than likely. Pittsburgh, apparently, the Pirates, they apparently offered him a 4-year, $125 million offer. He took the 5 years. Of course he is. He feels comfortable out there in Philadelphia. And even though Pittsburgh is in the same state, but Pittsburgh is still deep. But anyways, they tried. The Pittsburgh Pirates tried. But he's going to be staying in Philly. I was hoping he went somewhere else. Get out of the NL East also, but just like Pete, but he did not. He stayed in the NL East, unfortunately. But that's what went down so far with the big moves. A lot of big moves, a lot of big dominoes are falling already. But it might die down again, and then we're going to have to wait for some time. And a few more dominoes will probably fall. That's how the baseball offseason is. It's very, very slow. It's slower than molasses, guys. So you got to hang in. There's going to be a long one. Next, more news around the league. Jeff Kent. He was elected to the Hall of Fame by the Contemporary Baseball Era Committee, the second baseman. One of my favorites to watch growing up playing second base. I played second base after some time. He was one of my favorites, man. This guy can hit. He had a 17-year career, 351 homers as a second baseman. He had 377 total, but 351 total as a second baseman. That's the all-time. He's the all-time leader for homers at second base. He had 8 100 RBI seasons. He had a 290 career batting average. So congrats to Jeff Kent, a very, very fun guy to watch when I was growing up. Who's still available, though? Who's still available? If you forgot, who's still available? Kyle Tucker's still available. Cody Bellinger's still available. Bo Bichette, he's still available. Framber Valdez, he's available. Ranger Suarez, and a lot of more names just like that. Ha-Seong Kim, too, he's still available. Come to Atlanta, bro. Stop playing. Anyways, that's what we got when it comes to the Hall of Fame news, when it comes to the moves around the league. Got some news for the next season also. We got a couple international series. We got the Mexico City, Spanish is coming out. The Mexico City series that's going to be played on April 25th and April 26th. That's going to be between the D-backs, Arizona Diamondbacks, and the San Diego Padres. That is probably going to be fun out there. That is going to be fun. Next spring as well, they're going to have the Detroit Tigers will be playing the 2-game series against the Dominican World Baseball Classic team. The series is going to be played in memory of the victims from the Jet Set tragedy out there in April. That nightclub that collapsed, killing 200 plus people. Huge tragedy out there in the Dominican Republic. So that series is going to play it in honor of those victims in Santo Domingo. Third, we got the World Baseball Classic rosters. Some players committing out there to their home countries. We had Fernando Tatis Jr., Manny Machado, Ellie De La Cruz. They committed to playing for DR. Jarren Duran from the Boston Red Sox. He's going to be playing for Mexico. George Springer is going to be playing for Puerto Rico. I think I saw Nolan Arenado is also committing to playing for Puerto Rico as well. So that's going to be, and there's a lot more names. Paul Skeens is obviously playing for the U.S. A lot more names out there that have confirmed that they will be out there. Next and final thing we had was the 2026 MLB draft order was set in stone. The Braves were favored to be at least a 6th pick. They dropped down to the 9th pick. Still not bad. I think they also got the 26th pick from that compensation pick they received after Drake Baldwin winning the Rookie of the Year. But the first pick is going to the Chicago White Sox, 2nd pick, Tampa Bay Rays, 3rd pick, Minnesota Twins, 4th pick, San Francisco Giants, and the 5th pick going to the Pittsburgh Pirates. That is the draft order for the 2026 MLB draft. Listen, friends, that is all we have when it comes to the news around the league. It was a quick episode. Hopefully we got some more things to talk about next week, and hopefully the things start heating up a little bit more. We'll see. It was a 3-week break in between shows, so it was a little while. My apologies, but again, I was trying to wait to see for some things to go down so we can have some good content to talk about. So as a recap, Braves fans, let me know, how are we feeling? Robert Suarez bolstering that bullpen. Mike Yastrzemski giving us some outfield depth. He's going to be able to be plugged in to be the DH. Left field, give Profar a day at DH, probably right field, give Acuna Day at DH. Let me know how you guys are feeling about those two moves. I'm excited for him, but I want to know what you guys are thinking and what moves you still want to be made. We still need a starter. We probably could use another bullpen arm, and we definitely need a shortstop. So let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments. And any of these other teams, man, any of these other teams, let me know what you guys are thinking. How is your team? How is your team performing thus far this offseason? Let me know. How is your team doing during the offseason right now? How are you feeling? Are you excited? Is nothing exciting going on? Let me know. Let me know. Mets fans, how do you feel? You lost Pete Alonso. You've lost Edwin Diaz. You got rid of Brandon Nimmo via trade. You did get Marcus Semien, and you did get Devin Williams. So Mets fans, I'm curious. As a Braves fan, I'm very curious. How are you guys feeling about those moves that have the players you guys added and then the players that you guys have lost? I'm pretty sure David Stearns is cooking something nice for you guys. And Steve Cohen, man. Y'all got the money. Y'all got the farm system. So let me know what you guys think is going to happen with this Mets ball club. Any other moves that we talked about, let me know how you guys are feeling about those moves. Let me know how your team is doing this off season. That is all I got, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, use code CHOPSY20 to get $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. Let's put the banner on real quick. Use code CHOPSY20, as you can see below, to get $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. Thank you guys. Continue to share the show. Share the show anywhere you listen to your podcast. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon. The Chop Seat is there. Put the Chop Seat into your rotation, and the Chop Seat's gonna take care of some business for you. Trust me. We're gonna take care of at least 30 minutes of your day. If you're at work, you want the day to go quicker, just put the Chop Seat on, man. Listen to me talk for a little bit. See what I gotta say when it comes to the Braves and the rest of the league. Anyways, until then, thank you guys. Again, thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time on the Chop Seat.